Hello YouTube. Today I got a laptop, and the interesting thing is I couldn't even remember that I actually won the auction or actually bid in the auction that this thing was in. So that's very interesting. So we're going to find out exactly what it is. Well, I know the model number, and you know as well. It's actually on the box right over there. But yeah, let's find out in what kind of condition it is and whether it's any good. You know, the thing is, now that I have all of these problems with the Latitude E5500, maybe this thing is in good enough shape to replace that. I mean, performance-wise, it should be good enough. I mean, it's Core 2 Duo, probably. Ah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, just cut myself. Great. Yeah, let me fix that real quick. Alright. Fixed. I honest to God don't know how that cut happened, but I guess my thumb slipped, and that blade on those scissors is in fact pretty sharp. But yeah, here is the laptop. Alright. See if I can show you in the light there what the condition is of the lid. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. Not really very badly scratched or anything, just mostly dirty. I'll need to give that a good clean. Okay. Wow. There are actually two serials on the bottom of this. Vista Business and XP Pro. So this machine is in fact from 2007, I would assume. This would be early 2007-ish, I think. But yeah, let's put it aside real quick. Get the adapter out of the way as well. Come on, you piece of crap. If there's one thing I really hate, it's frickin' cardboard, man. Cardboard is evil. Cardboard wants to kill you. Alright. Well, at least we got a genuine Dell adapter with it for once. That's not busted. Mostly when I buy Dell laptops online, they're busted as fuck. But yeah, here is the star of the show. The Dell Latitude D820. Seems to be in okay shape so far. Has some minor scratching here on the front. The bottom is near pristine, just a little bit worn because it's been moved around a lot, I guess. Yeah, definitely. All the feet are still there, aside from one. I mean, you can definitely tell there's one foot missing right here in near the strike zone with the hard drive. There's absolutely no juice in the battery. I'm guessing it's stone dead anyway. After all these years, let's just take a little tour around the laptop itself, shall we? Here's the D-bay, of course. Very nice. You can just pull this shit right out. Modular design, gotta love that. Two USB 2.0 ports. On the back we have Ethernet, probably gigabit, haven't actually checked. Two USB ports here. This is a Dell D-bay power connector, 56K modem, 9-pin serial, VGA of course, power input, some vending stuff, whatever. Firewire, microphone, headphone. This is an express card slot. Very nice to see though, an express card slot and a PCMCIA on the same machine. Never saw those two together. That's very interesting. Infrared as well, Wi-Fi toggle, and that's pretty much it. Let's open her up and see what is in here. Well, overall, touchpad, no wear at all. Keyboard seems to be in pretty okay condition. Not really all that worn, not very shiny. As you can, well, it is a little bit shiny as you can see, but it's not very worn, I'd say. The keys are still perfect, so no wear marks. As you can see, the touchpad is pristine. I guess this thing has always been used with the mouse in its productive life. A couple of years ago. Not really a whole lot to see here. Of course, we've got an ambient light sensor on this model, which is good. Honestly, buttons feel good. Pretty similar to my Inspiron 9300 actually, in terms of keyboard. This is just a tad more clicky, which I like. That's a good thing. We've got a track point here. Or as Dell would call it, the where's my voice going today? God damn. Pointing stick, I believe. That's what Dell calls it. Not worn at all. Probably never used. And, you know, aside from that, it's just very clean looking in here. No real signs of any wear and tear. I'm guessing this was either docked or just not used very much at all during its lifespan. Which kind of makes sense because this thing is still alive. The D820 wasn't exactly known for being very, very reliable. So yeah, that makes it much more interesting that I actually bought it, don't you think? Yeah, I didn't actually know that I bid on this, but it was only 30 euros and it seems to be in very good condition. If it even turns on, it should, then this was a hell of a deal, I think. I believe it has 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gig hard drive or something like that, 2 gigahertz dual core. But without further ado, let's actually plug it in and see what it has, so we can know for sure. Alright, it's plugged in. As expected, the battery is stone dead. The light just turned green. I'll have to look into that if I actually want to use this at some point. I'm still working on figuring out what the problem is on the Latitude E5500. As far as I can tell now, it's probably something to do with the VRAM. But we'll see about that later. BIOS revision A09, probably the latest. Seems to be a high resolution display because it's very, very tiny. And it seems like someone just modified the amount of RAM. I'm guessing he tried to sell it with 4, or at least had 4 in it when it was in use, and just put 2 back in, I'm guessing. Because usually when it takes a while to post, it has to do with the memory. You know what? Let's just wait for this and I'll come back when it's done. Oh, never mind. Okay, it's a BIOS from 2008. No, it has a newer BIOS than that, I'm sure. Now actually I'll have to pinch to zoom with my left hand. Let's see if we can get this in picture. If it's not very sharp, I'm sorry about that, but I have to zoom in really, really far. Okay, well. Dell Latitude D820. Core 2 Duo 2 gigahertz. Okay, so it's probably a T90 or T7200. That's good. 2 gigs of RAM. 80 gig hard drive. We'll take that out. Okay, well that's cool. It has the Quadro 110M. That's the low-end model. This is also shipped with the 120M. 128 megs. Okay, that's cool. That's an upgrade. The base model came with a 64 meg variant. 1680 by 1050 display. Oh wow. That's pretty good on a 15-inch laptop. He's also had an option for 1920-1200, but that's only bundled with the, like I said, with the top model with the 1920-1200 screen with the Quadro 120. Basic Sigma-Tel audio, that's fine. Battery says it's charging. I highly doubt that. It did come with a 90-watt adapter though, which is good. I mean, I often see laptops like this being shipped with a 65-watt knockoff adapters that basically make this processor run at half speed. So that's all very nice. Infrared, yeah, Nick doesn't really say how fast it is, but I'm just going to assume it's gigabit because of the nature of this machine. High-speed USB, that's good. No full-speed shit. Everything else that I don't need is off already, it's good. Thank you, previous owner. Ambient light sensor is shit, we're not going to turn that on. Oh wow, I'm guessing these things actually had like optional docks with video cards in them. It seems, because it's telling me it had a dock video card as primary display. Well, that's good. That's actually very cool. I need to get my hands on one of those if I can find one for cheap. That's actually really, really awesome. I never knew Dell did cool stuff like this. A hard disk for performance mode, that's good. Yada yada yada. Let's see, wireless. Internal Bluetooth is turned off. Maybe it doesn't have Bluetooth. Maybe we don't need the cellular. Let's see. Wireless switch. Let's turn that on. For Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. There we go. Didn't actually say anything, I think, about the SATA mode. So I'm guessing this does not actually support HCI. That's good to know. Yeah, I'm guessing this does not actually have HCI yet. Well, that's perfectly fine. Enough tinkering in here. Let's save and exit and see if it will boot up into some kind of operating system. But it's pretty cool that it has both Windows XP and Vista licenses on it. I mean, I know that when Vista came out, pretty much every company ordered the Vista downgrade rights. And who could blame them, really? This long post is kind of bothering me, though. Maybe hard drive is actually dead. Wouldn't surprise me too much, to be very honest. And if not, I'll probably just do a CMOS reset on it. Maybe I'll fix it. But we'll find out. After a couple seconds, it ended up with this. So either the hard drive in there is dead or it has been wiped. So let's actually find out. Let's run an onboard diagnostic. And let's see what it can find. Yep. Graphics seem to be working. That's good. It's very important. That's the main thing that fails in these machines. That's going to test the memory. You know what? I'll get back to you once we have something conclusive on the hard drive situation here. Well, my assumption was right. The disk is in fact installed and it is in fact alive, but it has been wiped. So no operating system on it whatsoever. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to put Windows 7 on it and see how it runs. But that's all just going to happen off camera, of course. I just wanted to show you guys the unboxing and the first look at this laptop. That hopefully will replace my Latitude E5500 as my work laptop. Because that thing just, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably just going to put it online with Linux on it or something and just get rid of it for a good price. I'll probably add the 2 GB stick that's in there to this laptop. So yeah, I just need to figure out if this thing is any good. So far I'm very impressed, so I think this will be a very nice replacement for that. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.